The Kid Carson Show is taped at Mindful Med Studio inside Conscious Lab, downtown Vancouver, Canada. This episode powered by PHMX.
People are going to be able to come spend a week with us and go home, and it's going to be the most epic week of their life.
Stem cells, breath work, even ayahuasca. Hello. Details on PHMX in the show notes. Kid Carson Show. Christine Banno.
What?
Am I pronouncing the last name right?
Come on, let's be real. Yes, you are.
Banno? Okay.
Yeah.
You never know. It's Banno.
You fucking nailed it.
Might be something like, fancy. I don't know.
Banno.
No.
See, I love this shit. This is the shit I live for on podcasts. It's not the super curated, perfect,
polished.
I just nailed it.
Yeah.
It's the outtakes. It's when I have podcasts too. When my daughter rolls in, she's like, "Mom, can I watch YouTube?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
I love you.
What is the Unhinged podcast? Right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. We need this. We need.
Well, there was that viral guy who was. Remember, he was in his office at home.
COVID.
Yeah.
And the fucking chick or the baby rolls in, in the
walker
circle,
or something.
The circle of neglect.
Yeah. Circle of neglect. And then the nanny comes in and drops the floor, and yeah, he should have embraced it.
But I thought it was the wife. Didn't everyone think it was the nanny, and then this whole outrage happened?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
They just assumed that it was the nanny because why? What was the outrage?
I don't know. There was I feel like there was an outrage.
I feel like you're tricking me into saying something that's inappropriate. This is not the Unhinged podcast.
This is what's going to get you fucking I'm setting you up to get canceled here.
I thought she was wearing an apron or something, and so she was like a cleaner or nanny or something. Anyway, whatever.
Next.
But that was that's what people love, right?
100%. They fucking love that shit. They eat it for breakfast. They're like, give me more of that. Give me more. I don't want to see the polished shit.
It's great. So that's your whole style.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, well, let me just, in your Instagram bio, it says, high perform. I have a nicotine pouch on my lip. I can't talk. I've actually never admitted that I do nicotine. I just started doing it recently, actually.
I have a thing where I start bringing out everyone's shit.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So, okay. So everyone knows that about you now.
I do have a nicotine pouch on my lip. I should probably take it out for the podcast, but it helps me with a little bit of it's healthy for the brain. I'm not even a smoker. I don't even know why. Never mind. Back to your Instagram bio. High performance. I'll talk slowly like Eckhart Tolle so you can understand me. High performance psychic and healer for conscious creators.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were psychic.
Oh, turbo. So not sit down and here's a crystal ball and I got my fucking cape on. I'm a mom of two. I owned a gym for 8 years. I'm not, you know what I mean? I think that even that word can be very triggering for people or brings an imagination of what that means. And I don't look like a traditional psychic. Okay. I work with high performance. I work with CEOs. I work with founders with all sorts of, I'm not going to say names, but big personal development, people in personal development world, doctors, all sorts of people, actors, actresses, and people are looking for something different. They're so fucking bored of the traditional, I'm your mindset coach. Listen, nothing against you if you're a mindset coach, but I think they're looking for the what is that? I'm curious. Or I get a lot of people who come to me who are I've tried everything. I've tried it all. And I'm like, oh, you found me. Okay, here we go. So when I say psychic, I'm not sitting and being this is when you'll meet your lover, or this is when you're going to have your $1 million. For me, it's I can read people's energy so quickly. So I channel, I get all sorts of downloads. So people come to me, usually are high performers, elite, they're in there I want to build my empire, my mission. I work with a lot of conscious people, and they're bored. They're stuck. They're in this what the fuck is next? Or I'm so smart. I have everything. What is it? Why am I either not happy or why can't I come up with this new thing? Or I'm bored of what I've created. Mm-hmm. And so I can download ideas, names, offer suites, product suites. I give them the craziest shit. It's really cutting edge. I'm a manifestor too. If there are any human design nerds out there, I'm a manifestor. So I'm 8% of the population. I'm visionary, big visionary.
I'm a manifesting generator.
Oh.
I don't really exactly know what that means.
You have a lot of ideas, but you have the energy to complete them. I'm I blow my load and I'm fuck yeah, here's it. And then I need to go and crawl into a ball and rest for a week and then I come back. So big visionary. And, but the cool thing is I can do that, but I can also read people's energy and I can read within seconds, root blocks, where the root block is. So of them actualizing what that thing is. So I can read, specialize in trauma and the nervous system, and not like I'm teaching polyvagal. That's not my thing. It's more.
I don't even know what that is. Polyvagal? What's polyvagal?
It's a theory. It's like it's basically how it describes the nervous system. Like I don't teach the science behind it. It's actually this woman named Sarah Baldwin is amazing if you want to like dive into the actual science of the nervous system. Mest and Kip, like those are like leading edge. I mean, there's so many more. Stephen Porges, like obviously the OGs, but I'm more of like, I want to take big concepts and make them digestible so that people can actually like you do something with them. So for me, I can read, let's say you're like, I have this big vision, but I don't know exactly what it is. I'd be like, let's fucking go. Like, just talk to me and I will like read through the lines. I'm reading your energy. I will like give you a million ideas that is actually really authentic to you. So it's not like industry bullshit or jargon or like the basic bitch stuff. It's like your fucking it factor. Like, and then I can also read like where in your body there's, you know, trauma, undigested emotion, or maybe you're a bit dysregulated where we can I dissolve it very, very quickly so you can go and actualize it. Yeah, because I used to do like VIP days for people and I could like channel shit. People were on fire. They're like, fuck yes, I'm doing this. And then I'd follow up with them, crickets, or like nothing had happened. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And same thing for myself. Like I had so many ideas. I had visions and like big things I wanted to do. I wanted to start a podcast in 2015. Like our mutual friend Carolina was like, you need to podcast. This is 2015. I had a book, like I channeled a book in the fucking sauna one day and I couldn't do anything with it. Mark Groves even put me in touch with a woman from New York, like a editor, and was like, I'll back Christine. Like she's amazing. And I couldn't do anything with it back then because I had so much trauma still and like my human wasn't taken care of. So I had like the spiritual gifts. And I see this a lot in the spiritual community, like amazing, conscious, beautiful, heart-led leaders, but they're stuck or they're not fully self-actualizing. They're not stepping into their full potential. And it's because, think of like everything you want. Like everything I want to speak on stages. I want to get my podcast even bigger. I want to expand and grow this mission. But everything to do with that requires me to be visible, known, seen, heard. And all of that from my childhood was unsafe. Because I was humiliated as a kid. I was ganged up on by other girls. Like I was overweight as a kid. So like there was so much humiliation plus coupled with, I had a thing for addicts. Dating
a thing?
Yeah. Like not consciously, but like very unconsciously. So I was like wildly codependent and like.
You'd just be turned on by addicts.
I just love the chaos. This is not intentional. This is not conscious. This is very unconscious, but like...
Hey guys, it's Kid. I know some of you are watching this, but if you're just listening to the audio, there is a video version of this podcast. You can go to Spotify, they support video, or on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, helps with the algorithm, and I'm just grateful you're tuned in.
I dated addicts my whole life. So my first fiance was a gambling addict. And then I dated like a rageaholic. And then I dated somebody who was addicted like to drugs and sex and all sorts of things. So like... I found myself in these relationships, and it wasn't until I went to this week-long intensive for partners of addicts that I had this, what I call my holy fuck moment, which is now my podcast as well. But it's the moment that like brings you to your knees and is like wakes you the fuck up and to consciousness, essentially. So I call it the holy fuck moment. Some people call it like a tower moment, whatever it is. But for me, it was like, oh my God, I've been living in like the dark because I was angry and bitter and so much resentment towards my partner. Because we got married and he had to go to rehab like 3 months after we got married. And so I was like, I fucking, man, world, like, fuck you.
Yeah, this isn't the honeymoon I thought.
Yeah, this is not the honeymoon. But then again, the start of the book I'm writing is our honeymoon. And we were in like Ibiza, Amsterdam, and like the red light district. So like, your girl wasn't fucking squeaky clean either, right? So like, let's be real. So like, so it was fucking Hot Mess Express. So.
Hot Mess Express.
Choo choo. So like.
There's already so much to unpack here. Even if we talk about nothing else, we have hours of content.
We're just like...
Okay, so two quick things.
Yes.
Are you reading me right now? I'm making this about me now for a second. Because you said something right there that my ears perked up.
Yeah.
Hey, you said I could read someone in a couple of minutes.
Yes.
And then you said something with the root chakra. And I've been told my root chakra needs to be like...
Cleared.
I've been told I need from 3 different people in different modalities.
Yes.
Like a remote viewer, a human design expert, and like a psychic clairvoyant type person said you need to ground more.
Yes.
And so you just said root chakra, and I was like, oh my God, she's scanning me right now.
It's interesting. I didn't actually, but you picked, I did say root, but I said like, I think I said like the root of your block or like why you're stuck or why you can't actualize. But it's interesting you picked up on that, and I can read into you if you want.
So it's a conscious decision. You don't just walk in a room and like the information doesn't fly to you.
No, not like that. So when I'm with somebody, it's not for everybody. I don't always get information stream. I could if I wanted to, but for me, I notice it's when I'm around really epic humans, elite humans, people who have big missions, and I see my role and like how I really help people, like founders, again, like conscious creators, massively collapse time and to like fucking quantumly beyond, is when I'm reading them and I can get to the root cause. So I can like read it. So they'll be like, okay, I think my problem is this. And then they'll go on to some like, it's my strategy, or I need to be more visible. And then like I was in a mastermind recently, a few different masterminds, and I was listening to them talk, and like my brain was like, I'm just reading their energy. I don't like really care what they're saying necessarily. I'm reading their energy, and they'd be like, yeah, so I think that's it. And I was like, no, it's not. Do you want me to like share? Obviously it's consensual. But they're like, yeah. And in the last mastermind I just went to in Denver, I made 7 women burst into tears. Like,
wow.
Not because I'm a fucking dick. Like I wasn't doing it to do that, but I was like, do you want to know? And like, I hit something. I can read energy. Their inner child will talk to me. Like I can see like a 5-year-old or whatever, and they're showing me things, and then I am translating it back. Wow. And they just hit this moment, and then they have like a release. They'll cry, or they'll have something happen. This happens in sessions as well, and then all of a sudden they have a massive breakthrough. They're like, oh my god, I just had this massive client come in, or I just got this huge opportunity. So what I see is that when people dissolve and resolve and digest their trauma or experiences that have happened to them in their past that have flavorings of what they want, it helps to like massively radically collapse time about like them making money or being seen or heard or known or like really stepping into their mission. So it's really important work for me. And what I love is because if I can help more leaders self-actualize and make a fuck ton more money and have a lot more fun and make it not so fucking serious as well. Like I make it so fun and so easy. They're like off to the races. They're making massive ripples. And then that also impacts me because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like they're impacting so many thousands or however millions of people, and then they're feeling better. The planet is served. So it's a way, like my sweet spot is working with leaders because I'm like, they're helping so many more people too. So
these 7 women that burst into tears, is it because in that moment they feel so seen?
They feel so fucking seen. Like the woman beside me was just like, she looked at me and she's like, I've never felt so seen before in my life. And she's like, was a therapist, sex therapist, you know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't matter who the person is. Like, you could put me in front of Oprah, you could put me in front of anybody, and I wouldn't go into like, my girlfriend a little bit, but like, people are people.
Right.
And we all have our fucking shit. And I think we need to stop pedestaling people. And that's why I like to meet people where they're at and be like, yeah, this is it. And it's not a big deal. And it can be changed so easily. It's just that something from your past is like SOSing, alerting your system that what you want is dangerous, right? Or unknown. Danger could be unknown as well. So if we haven't, like, say for example, a lot of people want money. If money was once, you didn't have it growing up, or it was like caused stress, maybe your parents fought about money, or maybe it was like, you asked for money from your parent to go to swimming or something, and they're like, we don't have money, and then they would get mad and freak out at you. All of a sudden your system clocks like money is dangerous. The conversation of money is dangerous, just like sex or whatever it is, right? And I have 2 businesses. One is that psychic, business coaching, if you will, and I have my podcast as well. And then the other one is called Club Unhinged, and I run that with my business partner, Kelsey Grant. She's amazing. But we have a podcast together, which is so fucking off the rails. Like,
oh, you kidding me? I looked up your last episode is called "What to Do When You Wake Up Feeling." I'll bleep this.
Why?
What to do when you wake up feeling like a cunt.
Listen, it happens.
I can't even say it. I couldn't even read it.
We were Listen, we don't even do it intentionally. We alchemize fear. We alchemize so much through laughter and play because the industry is fucking beige.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh, it made like Call Her Daddy seem like a Walt Disney production.
Well, you know what?
I listened to that episode.
You know what? You know what? One of the greatest compliments. Somebody the other day was like, she's like, I listened to your last episode, and she's like, you and Kelsey are like Call Her Daddy, but like conscious. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you so much. Like, that's the best compliment.
Hey, it's Kid. First of all, I'm so grateful you're here. Listen to this episode. I'd love to be able to share announcements with you, events, things coming up. Please join my email list from kidcarson.com.
But we teach women, so we find a lot of women in this like late 30s to 50 portal. They have their own like holy fuck moment, and they are like, why the fuck am I not happy? I have like the partnership or the husband or the kids or the whatever, and they're like, I want to fucking blow up my life, or like I want to reinvent myself, or I want to go and design a new career. And so we actually focus. We have a year-long container that we walk women through, but it's all love, sex, money, and power. So all the taboo topics that it's like you should know all about them, but we're not going to talk to you about them. Nobody will talk to you about them, and they'll be very shame-ridden, but you should know everything about them, right? So we're like, no, let's like have fun with this. Let's play. And so Kelsey and I have built this movement, this community about being like, let's make personal development great again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, we're not American. If this gets fucking anybody bent out of shape, first of all, we're not American. We're Canadian. We can't even fucking vote. Like, just take it. And I was like saying to Kelsey, I was like, we actually need to double down, because this is actually before Trump even got elected in. But I turned 40, and I had this moment where I was like, fuck me sideways. Like, oh my God, like, did I just have another fucking rebirth, this awakening? Like, I had another one, and I was just like, I don't actually give a fuck anymore what people think about me. Like, I'm so good with me. I don't need validation. Like, I'm good. Let's just go so cringe. Let's just go so off the rails, and let's just be me, because life without being yourself is so exhausting.
Yeah.
No wonder people don't want to do business or be out there or like create content, because they're like, I have to perform to create content. And that's exhausting. Or
performing for your ideal client.
Yes, and being like, okay, I mean? well, and I fell into that trap too. I was like, I work with a lot of very big names, and I thought that they wouldn't take me seriously if I called myself a psychic, or if, I had Club Unhinged, or if I'm talking about, tequila, twerking, and butt plugs and how it's all holy.
Wow, there is a clip. I'm just listening for clips now at this point. That was the name of our podcast, because we're like, the spiritual community villainizes everything. Right.
Right? It's like, oh, you want to go have a spicy margarita on a patio? You're not holy, or you're like, it's just like, there's so much shadow in the spiritual community. And I know, because I was that fucking psycho myself. I was like spiritual bypassing. I was all in that world. I was like, just raise your vibe. I didn't understand what the fuck that meant. Right? And now I'm like, oh, to raise your vibe, dissolve the fucking undigested shit and all of the stuff from your past. That instantly raises your vibration. You don't have to go out and become abundant, or you don't have to go out and try to raise your vibration. To start shedding all the fucking shit that isn't you, that was put upon you, that your parents or community or church or whoever was like, this is who you are. This is what's bad, and this is what's good, and this is, like, this is what I think when people have their holy fuck moments. I'm like, is this a midlife crisis, or is this you waking the fuck up to who you actually are and what you're capable of?
So that holy fuck moment that you had at that,
like, we're like all over the place. We're just like, boom.
Oh yeah.
Boom,
it's boom, so much. There's so much. Boom. There's so much meat on this bone.
So much.
I have a boss. I have a former boss who used to say that all the time. There's so much meat on that bone.
That's that conditioning right
now
there.
I'm saying it.
Now it's stuck in your brain.
So when you went to this retreat, that you were like partners of addicts.
I don't know if I'd call it a retreat, but sure, yeah.
Okay, well, this meeting in a dungeon somewhere, and you had this moment.
Yes.
Can you don't have to go into too much detail, but the feeling of that exact moment, was it something someone said, or that the light switch went and you went, wait a second?
First of all, we got into a group. So my partner was there, and I was with all these people, and the whole ferry ride over, I was like, fuck this shit. I don't want to be here. I'm going to ferry to Nanaimo. I want to go to Mexico.
What a nightmare.
I'm like 28 at this time, right?
Yeah. There's so many other things you'd rather be doing than going to an addicts meeting.
100.
Or on the ferry.
Well, I'm like, and it's your problem.
Yeah, and it's your problem.
I was 28. I'm 41 now, but I was like,
yeah.
I was like, it's your problem. Fuck you. Oh, this is what I'm doing with my vacation, right? Like, this is my 2-week vacation, because I think I was incorporated at that time.
This is my new husband.
Yeah,
like, what the hell have I got myself into?
Well, and I'm also trying to pretend to everybody, because I would bump into people and they're like, oh my God, I haven't seen you since the wedding. And I was like, oh, it was so great.
Where are you on your way to?
Yeah,
just nowhere. Airbnb.
Don't worry about it. Just get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, so we went to this, so I was on the ferry, super bitter, and we were in this meeting group, and I'm with a bunch of other people, and I was like, oh, these people are fucking losers. I was like total fucking psycho back then. So
sitting in a circle, like, is it from the
sitting
movies?
in like a circle?
Is it like an AA meeting?
Yeah, like sitting in the circle, and this lady was like, "Okay, everyone, so just take a seat, and like we're gonna talk about you now." And I'm like, "Oh," and I'm like raising my hand. She's like, "Yes." And this bitch doesn't fuck around. Like, she was like legit. I'm like, "Oh, excuse me. Like, I don't actually have the problem. Like, my partner has the problem." And she was like, "Oh, sweetheart, you have the problem. You're codependent." And I was like, "Code what? The fuck are you talking about?" Like, I'd never heard the term codependent. And she was like, "So addicts are addicted to a substance. Codependents are addicted to chaos and the addict. So we're addicted to people and like morph into people, very chameleon-esque vibes. So trying to caretake, trying to manage so that I could feel safe." And so I didn't realize any of this. So I went back to my room and I was like, me. And and I was like, what? Like this bitch. So I'm laying there in my bed. One morning I wake up and I started like crying. Like I just had this like I think the trauma finally hit me of like all the chaos. Cause you know, if anyone out there has been with addicts, it can create a lot of chaos, a lot of trauma, a lot of stuff. And, listen, there's a part of me who was co-signing that because I was in the relationship. I didn't leave. Right. So there's also that like self-responsibility piece, but I'm laying there and this like energy, the only way I can describe it is God energy. And I'm not religious. I don't like practice any religion. I'm spiritual, but like this energy came through my body. I could feel it through my arms, through my hands, and it got me warm and it was like golden. I had all these visuals and I was like, it was just out of body. Like I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? And I went to the next meeting and I just like sat down and I was like, what the fuck? And then I looked outside and it was like the light, it was like super dark outside and this light started like penetrating through the wall. And I swear it was making like a cross like on the ground. And I was like, whoa. Cause I was like the biggest non-believer. Like my mom was spiritual growing up. I was like, ew, gross. She'd like meditate. And I was so against all of it. I didn't know why. I hated the word God. I hated the word, like anything to do with this. I was like, it's so hippie. It's so gross. Blah. So it's like really funny now, of course, that I literally fucking teach this. It's like humble, like wow. hashtag humbled. Yeah. But I can really relate to people when they're like, I don't get all this, you know, new age bullshit, just work hard and do the thing. And like, you know what I mean? I can really appreciate that. And that's why it doesn't get me out of bed to shape if somebody's like, I don't get it. I'm like, I didn't either. Like, I did not get it until I had my moment. And then I was like, fuck. And then I started like waking up at 3:00 in the morning with like crazy ideas. And this thing came through, like, it was like, you're meant to write a book. I had got the title, I got the visuals, I got everything. And then I just started like channeling. So I'd wake up or different things would start happening. And I would just start like streaming consciousness. And I was like, boom, 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 boom. Like it was wild. Wow. And then like, yeah, I think that's even how I got in touch with Mark Groves. Like I knew Mark Groves from before, but like...
He's the best, by the way. If you haven't heard of Mark Groves...
Mark Groves is so fucking on fire.
He's the dude. But
I remember one night, like I just started channeling random shit for people. So like, it was like, Mark Groves, here's a message from him. I'm like, oh, you want me to just download a message and just contact Mark Groves and be like, oh, hey, Mark, just got like a channel message for you.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like I knew him like a few degrees of separation through people. So a girl was like, oh my God, I know him. Like I should reach out and tell him. Mark was like, I'm down. And so I told him this visual that I got of him and this whole thing. And he was like, that is exactly what happened like a few days ago.
Wow.
And nobody knew, like he was by himself. So there's like all of this crazy shit. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know, like I'm not a medium. I can, once in a blue moon, somebody who's passed will come through. Like, this is really weird, but I don't follow sports, like, really at all.
Me neither.
When Kobe Bryant died, I don't even remember the year, I was sitting at home and I just had a baby and I was just like, it was like his energy started coming through and I'm like, what the fuck?
Kobe Bryant's energy?
Yes.
Wow.
And Pretty cool. I knew I've heard the name of Kobe Bryant, but I was like, I'm in North Vancouver sitting in a bed with like a premature baby. Like, it's not... You know what I mean? Yeah. And this whole stream, I just closed my eyes and started writing, and it was like a message to his wife. Like there was shit on there. Like I don't even know. Like I don't know the isms or the things if there or any of that would be relevant. But like it was like him, and he was confused about dying. Like he was like, I don't remember signing this soul contract. And like but he's like, my daughter, I think her name was Gianna. He's like, she was totally fine, but he was like stuck between worlds. Like and I was like, am I going fucking crazy? Like, I just own a gym. I just want to be like a normal person. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? So, so all of this, so like, I haven't done anything with it. I mean, I've just like, it's sitting still in like my fucking notepad and my phone. But I was like, I'm not going to reach out to fucking Kobe Bryant's wife and be like, oh, hey, knock, knock.
It's the combination to the safe.
Yeah, totally.
You're like, I really should have sent this to you a lot earlier.
Totally, I really should have.
But better late than never. Here's the download.
There was something about a ring and like specific rings, which I have no idea. Like, again, I didn't know. So a few weird things like that have happened, but those are more like one-off things. But when it comes to people, I can read people's energy so fast, and I can see like what the problem is of what they want, and I can just like dive right into them. So that's like a really big superpower that I have, which I just love. So I work with like, I don't do a ton of one-on-one anymore. I do a little bit with like just people who I'm like obsessed with working with, and then I do some VIP days, and then I have the club with Kelsey, and I actually just started training some coaches in my own healing method because. Also, I'll backtrack. So when I had my holy fuck moment, I dove into the world of spirituality.
If you're following AI like I am, you know it is hustle time. They say in the next 16 to 18 months, AI is going to show up and make most of us invisible. The good news is the industry data says if we build our personal brand now, that will save us. You need to walk into a room, they already know how you can help them. I've got a brand new service at KidCarson.com. It's called Get Famous. We got the camera crew, we got the photographers, we got all the stuff, the editors, the producers. It's all done for you. One conversation equals weeks of content. You've got to get famous online now before this era is over. Like the great Gary Vee says, doesn't matter what industry you're in, your real job is to share your story. Get to KidCarson.com. Let's get this done. Like
the Eckhart Tolles, the Louise Hayes, like the whole Wayne Dyers, all that.
Yeah, Wayne Dyer.
Oh, he's
the
immaculate.
Dude. Yeah.
So he also came through with message. It was fucking crazy. Okay. So I dove into that, and I was like, oh, and like during that moment, during that time for me, it was the saving, like it was the Holy Grail. It was just like, oh my God, this is giving me something bigger than this. So I had all these downloads, these ideas, but I couldn't do anything with them because I had so much undigested shit. So it's like my soul was like, fucking boom, shakalaka, let's go. And my human was like, I'm in freeze. Or I'm in like fucking shutdown, or I'm like so traumatized. You haven't even acknowledged Christine Banno over here, who has gone through so much. And so I had to go on this journey where I went like into spirituality, hardcore spiritual bypassing. And then I was like, went hardcore into like inner child work, shadow work, all of that. And
can I get, when you say spiritual bypassing?
Yes.
I'm not familiar. I've heard the phrase. I don't know what it means.
Okay. So the way that I view it is like, or the way I experienced it was like taking spiritual principles. So a lot of like these teachers will teach principles. So like everything happens for a reason, which makes sense. And like, just like a lot of teachings of the Wayne Dyers and like and not saying they're spiritual bypassing, but there's these really big high level concepts that are great, that are like, yes, I love that. I want to reframe it that. But what it does is when you tap into something like everything happens for a reason, like the whole thing with, you know, my husband and with everything in my past, like happened for a reason because it was all the data and the grit and the shit I had to walk myself through to become the most immaculate coach and, you know, create a movement and all these things. Like I had to go through all that grit. So yes, it happened for a reason, but there's still, you're human. You still have a fucking human body, which has a nervous system and all of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Do you know what I mean? Like we have a human, and the human has like, we're biology. We have a nervous system. We have something that's like an SOS system that's like, hey, I don't feel safe to move forward. So this is why I see a lot of people, it's like sliding into a Ferrari and you're like, oh my God, spiritual concept. Like, yes, this happened for a reason. I've got a mission. I want to do it. But then when you go to drive the fucking car, it's like the soul's like, yes, gas. And then the human is like, the nervous system is like, brake. So it's like, so the journey.
Just keep doing that. It's a good.
The journey to your mission, or the journey to your higher purpose, or the journey to your money, or whatever you want, is very challenging because you have a part of you who wants it and you have a part of you who doesn't want it. So that's what I teach. Even when I was teaching something here, speaking at Conscious Labs about this, how trauma, the nervous system, how it impacts somebody's ability to manifest. Because even in the world of manifestation, there's this like, just think it and affirm it and act as if. And I was like, okay.
You're
like,
bypassing the whole body part of it.
Yeah, like act as if. And I was like, I'm bitter. I'm angry. And you know what's, and then spiritual principles were like, forgiveness is the way. Right? You've heard that probably.
Right.
And I was like, I have forgiven. I'm going to do the Ho'oponopono or whatever the fuck that shit is. And I was like, this isn't working for me. And then it wasn't until I just like revolted against it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck forgiveness. Fuck you and fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. And I went on this like journaling tangent. I was like, fuck you. And here's all the reasons why I'm not going to forgive you. And you're a piece of shit. And I just had to let myself, I obviously didn't mean that, but the human part of me who went through all of that trauma needed to be heard and validated and acknowledged. And so until I allowed myself to say, fuck forgiveness, I don't forgive you, all of a sudden when I did that, forgiveness came. So I think what happens in the spiritual world is that we try to get somewhere too quick without acknowledging what happened. It doesn't mean we go back and we go into this whole, sitting in the swamp of feeling like a victim. Like, and there are real victims. Like, listen, some of the shit I say is triggering people. Like, I'm a victim. If I had heard me talk a while ago, I'd been like, fuck you, bitch. You don't know my story. Right. So like, I get it. I felt victimized for a very long time, but I think that we sit in that. And so I just found that world a bit like, oh God, okay, there's this like spiritual world, which is very like rah rah over here. And then we have the human, sometimes this like stuff where it's like, sit in it. And we need to make it like really long and arduous and hard. And it's got to be challenging and it's got to take a really long time. So I was like, I don't subscribe to that and I don't subscribe to this. So where do we meet in the middle? Like, I want heaven on earth. I want to experience heaven on earth now without having to like get to heaven. I want to, so how do I design that for myself? And so bridging those two worlds. So all the way back to circle back to the certification, nothing worked for me. Like, I went to hypnosis. I went to every modality you can imagine. I invested in everything because I was like, I know I meant to do big things in this world and I can't. Like, I'm literally cock blocked and I don't get it. So I went and worked with a shadow work mentor in Oregon. And then I worked with I hired nervous system experts. I hired all sorts of people and mentored with them. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just so dysregulated. Like, I'm so, that showed up for me with a lot of like confusion, overwhelm, out of body, just like disassociating. Like, that was a fun game I played a lot of my life as well. So I really was like, oh my gosh, I need to like go take care of these parts of me who feel really pissed about what I've been through. And so when I started doing that, and I did it through the body, so I have a process that I lead my clients through, and I'm now training other coaches how to do, because it works so fast. It is so fucking fast and it is easy. And I don't like, dare I say fun, but it is like, I bring humor into it. Like, I have people come to me and they're like, this is my shit. And I'm like, cool. You got anything else? Is that it? And they're like, what? I'm like, it's not a big deal. It'll be fine. Like, easy. And like, my knowing and belief, because I know how well my work works, they just calibrate. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's just like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'm like, no, you're fucking fine. Like, that makes so much sense based on what you've been through. Like, you've just shared a bit about your past. The reason you're having a hard time with this is because like, you have all this, like, these false alarms going off in your system saying like, well, nothing's safe. Love is unsafe, or money is unsafe. Like, remember, it's like a little kid coming up being like, excuse me. We're like, I'm going to go and manifest $1 million. And then we have like all these little inner children in our body, or like undigested experiences that were scary from our past. And it's like, knock, knock. Hi. So remember that time your parents like abandoned you because you wanted money, or like, people shamed you because you wanted more than you had, or you were made to feel bad. Like, we don't want to feel rejected again, or we don't want to feel abandoned. We don't want to lose love. So like, we're going to take survival and love over the thing that you want. Mm-hmm. And so it's actually not very complicated. Like, it's actually very easy. It's just understanding like, this is a process you can take away and do today, but write down like whatever you want at the top of a piece of paper. I want an amazing lover. I want health. I want money, whatever it is. And then like right on the left side, like all the reasons you want it. I want to help people. I want to have, I want to send my kids to private schools. I want to be able to fly first class, whatever, it doesn't matter. And listen, don't be a fucking good girl or good boy or whatever you are. Like, don't sit there and be like, well, I just want to do all these good things. Like,
I want to feed the world. And
if that's what you want to do, do it.
You want to go first class?
But this is the thing. Authenticity is the highest vibrational signature on the planet, over love, over anything. So being who you are, like, this is why I feel so on fire in my business, is because I'm like, oh my God, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I'm going to be polarizing. I'm going to speak my truth, not because I'm trying to be polarizing. It's just who I am. I have a very strong opinion. I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. Like, I can go a million miles an hour. But the more I own that, the more free I feel and the more fun I'm having. And then I don't want to hide from my business anymore. I don't want to hide from people because I don't have to perform anymore. Right? So write down what's actually real for you. Not what sounds good, not what you think is going to be all good. Just like write down, like, why do I want it? Like from the heart, like, why actually do I want this? And then on the right side, why might you not want it? Meaning, what from your past, like, what is your history with this topic? Is it a positive thing? Is it a negative thing? Is it something that was available or unavailable? And write down, like, okay, so if I want a big mission, like for me, that requires me being seen by a bunch of people. I have a lot of data in the bank around being humiliated, people ganging up on me, being misunderstood, being projected on, all sorts of stuff. And so my nervous system is going to try to protect me from not having that thing. So every time I try to walk towards that thing, it's going to be like, go to sleep now, or be overwhelmed, or get distracted with shit that doesn't matter. Right? So it's just like getting really curious and playing with it, having it be fun. It's not a serious thing. It's just like, why might I not want that thing? Oh, right. I'm going to have to go and be around more people. It's going to require me to have more responsibility. Oh my God. Like for me, I had burnout and adrenal fatigue when I was running my gym. I had a gym. I totally left this out, but I had a gym. I founded a fitness studio. I had it for 8 years, and I burnt out insanely during that time and had like adrenal fatigue, panic attacks. Like I was so sick. I was so out of alignment with my soul. So my body was like shutting down. And so like me going and creating big things, there's also all this data saying, do you remember when we burnt out? And remember when you had a premature baby and you like weren't even around? Like I had to release a lot of shame and guilt around not being super present during my first daughter's like birth. I was like 8 months. I got pregnant 3 months after we opened the gym, and I had like a crazy fracture. Yeah. So me and my partner weren't even living together. So there was like some using that happened. I was living on government assistance. I had like 21 employees. So I had like $700 a month coming in, living by myself, pregnant, in a 400 square foot apartment with my French bulldog, Pot Roast. And
Pot Roast?
Pot Roast. He's now deceased. Poor little bugger. But
great name.
But I was living there, and my business partner and I had a fracture. So it was like business partner gone, husband like was off, and living on government assistance, and like had like $300,000 in debt because I'd just been like, I'm going to open up a gym and help people. I had no business experience. I had no business opening a business. We'll say it. And I was like, holy fuck. So I had like the worst relationship with money. So I was like, do you know what I mean? Like I was like, I'm incapable. I can't do this. Like, and then I was pregnant. So I gave birth. She was 6 weeks early because I was so stressed. So it's just like this, and I wasn't present with her at first. Like obviously I've made that up, and I've done my absolute best to like be with her and to give her an amazing life and everything. And I've got 2 daughters now. They're so on fire. They're so spicy. I'm obsessed with them. But like during that time, I really had to release like the guilt and shame around that to be able to self-actualize as well, because everything in my system was like, everything you want is like dangerous, and it signals danger again because of like just past experiences. So this is why going back into your body and helping close out and process and integrate these past undigested emotional experiences that are like literally stuck in your cells and in your body, and pulling all of your life force, creativity, energy into holding them, because you can imagine how much energy it takes to hold something in place. So I go in and I literally like dissolve it. So you can call it manifestation block dissolving, you can call it whatever you want, but like I'm helping people literally close out, go into their body. It's so simple, and we literally move energy so quick. There's a release, and then you're off like to the fucking races. So it's just like, it's so fast. So I started training other coaches in my method because I'm like, we need this on the planet. We need to make healing more accessible and more fun and more playful versus this like heavy, arduous thing. And, you know, I get people who are like, I haven't had anybody be able to help me. And I'm like, I fucking got you, boo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because as you're talking, as I'm sure we all are, going through a list of things in our own life.
Yeah.
That are like things. Like, yeah, for me, like just getting fired from my last radio job for speaking out my truth.
Yes.
And like, I know that still lives in me.
Yes.
You know, and my marriage falling apart and all these different things.
Yeah.
And,
well, and you're in the public eye as well. So it's like turbo time, or no?
I think a little bit.
Yeah. Because you have like other opinions and people coming in. Like anytime anybody's in the public, there's more eyes, there's more ridicule, there's more judgment.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that makes so much sense. Why are we in this spot where we are like, is this a new phenomenon where people are getting all this blocked trauma and energy in them? Or has this always existed? We just didn't know what it was.
I think it's always existed. Personally, I mean, look at us now. We're like, I want, like, everything's so accessible and so easy. Like, can you imagine our ancestors? They'd be fucking rolling in their graves being like, oh, you Amazon, you bitching about the fact your Amazon delivery did not come on Prime Day? Like, what the fuck? I was like,
of course,
get bombed and scrub a diapers. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? So I think we've always had trauma. I think a lot of it has been undigested, which is why people pass it down generationally, right? And I think that there is a little more because now we have, so there's a lot of cycle breaker. I work again with a lot of cycle breakers, change makers, and they're like, why is this so fucking hard? I'm like, because you're literally blasting through like generational trauma. So it's not just your human experience. You're like double, and you're like breaking it for the cycle forward. But I think right now with the age of technology and how there's just so much stimulation, like it adds to dysregulation. It's like things are coming at you 24/7. And I think we need a little more support in starting to unpack this, which is why I'm like, let's like I just actually led through part of the coaching group. A couple of days ago, actually I can link it in the show notes if people want it, but it's like it's just like my process. And I just took them through, it was like maybe 45 minutes and a 15-minute Q&A, but it's just like showing people going into their body. Again, you can see how I make it like fun and accessible, and it's just like going in the body, but people had all sorts of, like people were, processing, some people were crying, some people had but I have had so many people email me, be like, oh my God, like I had the craziest breakthrough. They start getting their intuition amped up and everything. So I want to bring more and more of this work. I realize again, like my time is limited. I can only work with, select people. But so I want to train other coaches in this method so that they can be doing it and because all of my coaches right now their clients are having the most insane breakthroughs. Marriage is being rebuilt, money, opportunities, all sorts of stuff. So I'm like, fuck, like nothing worked for me, and so I had to build my own thing. I was like, this is the only thing that works, and I even use it. The cool thing is you can like use it on yourself. It's literally like hands on body, and you're like talking to your body because your body's holding. It's so wise. It wants to heal. It's net positive. Like it wants to come back online and feel amazing, but we ignore it. It talks to us through sensation and through anxiety and all sorts of stuff. So people like run away from it. But like when I work with people, and they're like, I'm anxious. I'm like, amazing, cool. Let's go like chat with it. Like let's give it a mic. What does it want to say? Like, let's walk towards like the rabid dog versus like running away from it. Because when we run away from it, we're just like extending it. And that's the whole, like what we resist persists in the spiritual terms. But it's like, for me, it's like what I'm villainizing, making wrong, like I'm only making bigger. So let's just like walk towards the anxiety, put my hands on my body. Like, okay, if the anxiety could speak, what would it say? I'm scared, or I'm freaking out because remember when this, usually it's just like a voice that just wants to talk. And then you're like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like you're like the adult, this is like inner child parenting to turbo time where you're coming in, you're like, that makes so much sense. Like, obviously that makes sense. Like, I've got you. Do you want to come with me? Should we do this together? And it's like, yeah. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, let's go. And then all of a sudden the resistance drops and you can start doing things. So it's just like, it's falling back in love with yourself, and it's creating intimacy with self. And I think we've lost intimacy with self. It's like, how do we numb out? How do I scroll? How do I, watching Netflix while I'm fucking scrolling, while I'm listening to a podcast? You know what I mean? Like, it's like so much. And it's like, people are so afraid to slow down because they have to meet themselves. But in the meeting of themselves, they have the fucking breakthrough. Rather than going to like a million people and being like, what's the problem? And it's like, well, just go talk to yourself. Yeah.
It's crazy how like coaching and therapy and stuff has changed over the years.
Yeah.
Because really the best type of coach to have is someone who's, has already been through that same shit. So like, you speak your language, they get it. Even if it's just a certain look you give someone, like, I know, I've been there. Like,
yes.
Or like traditional therapy was always, you don't even know anything about the person.
Well, it didn't work for me. They'd be like, okay, so tell me about your childhood. And I remember the first time I went to therapy, I was like, why does it fucking matter? Like, I was fine. I grew up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad went to work. Like, what do you want to know? Like, I was that bitchy, like, but it just never worked because a lot of times when people are in talk therapy, they're talking. They're rehashing all the sensations, but then they're not doing anything with them. So it's like the body freaks out and is like, it doesn't know, the body doesn't speak language. So it's not like you can be like, you're okay. The body needs like it needs to know, like it needs to be shown, not told. It doesn't speak language. It'd be like trying to speak Italian to your body speaks Spanish. It's like, welcome Monday, right? So it's just like, oh, sounds sexy. I don't know what you're saying. But like, this is where we have to include the body in healing. And I really do believe that if we're not including the body, then we're not like it's temporary or it's small healing. So
hey guys, it's Kid. A few years ago in 2022, I discovered a guy named Lee Whitley.
Cancer is coming to a fucking end real fast. I go to dinner parties with doctors. Don't stop, you got it. You're fucking right, I got it. Tell the people I got it.
Go to kidcarson.com. You'll discover Lee's oil. I know you do a little bit of one-on-one coaching.
So I do a little bit of one-on-one. Yeah, high level, higher ticket, obviously. Still obsessed with it. Like, so if you have like a really big mission, you're like, I'm fucking all in. I'm ready to invest. I'm ready to like, it's go time. You don't find me, like my business has all been by referral, which is super cool. But like people don't find me when they're not ready. So it's like, if you're ready and you're ready to go, like you don't have to be perfect. I can absolutely help you clear shit from your past, skyrocket, but there's got to be that all-inness. So I do that. I am leading. I have a wait list right now, which I can link as well for the healing certification. So my like coaching healing certification. So I can link that. So I am leading coaches in that. And then I have Club Unhinged. So that's like my second business with Kelsey. It's so fun. And that is a year-long container for women who are ready to like redesign their lives, fuck around and find out just how good it can get. And we focus on love, sex, money, and power. So it's all about reinvention. It's when you're in that like phase of your life, you're like, and you're so bored. Like you've been in coaching containers, you've been in the world, you're like, I'm looking for my community. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for this. Like we're creating a movement there of like becoming so authentically yourself. And your life doesn't have to, like Kelsey and I's lives look very different as well. Like I have 2 kids. I have a couple business. She doesn't have kids. Like she's, you know what I mean? She's not married. She's bi. She's fucking on fire. She's amazing. We have very different lives, but our whole thing is like, we don't care what your life, you don't have to have a life like us, but like, what is your authentic expression? And so the woman through that year literally shed. So I do my process in the club as well. I do all my like clearing processes and shed sessions and everything, but it's really around shedding who they're not and all the false like people pleasing and good girl and all those fucking boring narratives and like being like, who are you in your authentic expression? And we've seen the women come alive and all of a sudden they're like, I have this business I want to create. I have all these things. And like, you just see them fucking owning their power. And it is like, woo. So, and we have our podcast there as well. But on my Holy Fuck Moments podcast, I'm bringing that back. I went off of her a little bit because I was really focused on the Club Unhinged one, but I recently had a download of like, you're going to bring this back and build an ecosystem and for other like people. So the Holy Fuck Moments from rock bottom to $1 million mission. So it's all about highlighting other amazing conscious leaders, ones who I work with, ones who I'm getting to know, where it's there, like, I want the grit. I want the raw underbelly. I don't want to sit there and be like, okay, so today I'm interviewing Kid, and Kid used to be on the radio, and there's a million.
Sounds pretty good so far.
There's a million podcasts like that. Like, I want to be like, hi, Kid. So I know Kid through this. This is how I met him. And you know what, guys? We go right into the belly of the beast. Like, what's your holy fuck moment? What broke you open and brought you to your knees? And then, like, what are you building from that? Because I think a lot of people on the spiritual path, a lot of conscious leaders, they've been through the fucking ringer. Mm-hmm. The universe is like, I'm going to give you all the raw data to make your mission. But you're going to feel like you're drowning a million times. And, like, so I want to normalize the path to self-actualization, to getting in touch with your purpose, all of that. And remind people, like, it's not this, because a lot of people are like, well, that's a 7-figure person and they probably had it so easy. And I'm like, everyone has a story. And like, I have nothing to hide. Like, you literally ask me anything, I'd be like, I'll tell you. So like, when you have nothing to hide and your shame dissolves, you really become unstoppable. You know what I mean? Because right, like everyone, like whenever I go to talk to people, I can't do surface level conversations. Everyone has a story. Everyone has shit they're afraid of. Everyone is scared that they're not enough or unworthy or too fucked up or whatever. It's like, if they know me, then they would. Right. And so I want to normalize that, bring in like the raw, get to know people behind their work, because I actually think people, their communities are going to fall more in love with them when they actually get to know the real them, like their story more, right? Like that's what I love. I'm obsessed with. So I want to highlight where they were to where they are. How did they get there? So that people, more, let's call them light workers, let's call them conscious people here to raise the vibration of the planet, whatever you want to call it. They feel like, oh, it's like an exhale, like, oh my God, they did it, I can do it too. And like normalizing that. And then I want to build a community. I want to create up a really cool affiliate program so that like I'm like a really good hype person. Like when I'm obsessed with somebody in their work, I'm like, oh my God, I made this person. So like I want to connect people and like help them sell their programs and like if they're good, obviously, and then make it where I'm also benefiting from that as well. So we have like a really good ecosystem, because again, I was like, my business has been all referral. So why would I not create something like that, you know what I mean? Like kind of a cool referral system. And people do affiliate stuff with like products that they don't even use. And I'm like, that wouldn't be my vibe. Like, obviously I'd have to fully believe in like, you know, the work or whatever it is. But I'm like, I really just want to speak and I want to get paid to like podcast and I want to still coach people and help them through that. But like, I really want to simplify my business even more. And I feel like I'm really clear on that now, where I'm going and what I'm doing with that. So,
yeah. Okay. So what do people want? They want, you said love, money, sex, power.
Yeah.
What do you tell people about sex?
Sex is amazing.
Well, we know that much. Wait a second. What is this sex thing you speak of?
Tell me more about it. I think that sex is another one of those taboo things, just like money, where people are like, don't talk about it, but you should know everything about it. But nobody will mentor you. And nobody will talk about it. Like, I remember growing up, and like, bless my parents, but like, whenever we were watching a movie together as a family, there would like be a sex scene come on, and like, I could feel the energy in the room. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And I would just like slink away to the bathroom and be like peeking out to be like, is it over yet? Or they'd make us close our eyes, right? Parents would be like, hey, close your eyes. And then instantly I'm like, oh, this is a shameful thing. Like, I shouldn't be watching this. This is bad. And so as a kid, I was always trying to watch like Pretty Woman. And I wanted to watch like, because it was taboo, I wanted to like know more about it. And I think the more we normalize it, like my daughter was riding her bike the other day and she's like, Mom, what does sex mean? I'm like, oh, fuck me sideways. Okay, here we go. Oh, wow, this is happening. Okay.
Fuck me sideways is one of her favorite. I have some voice notes in Instagram where
you're like, that's going to be in my head.
I've got the receipts. This is a common phrase. You're like, fuck me sideways.
So my daughter's like, oh God. But I think that we just need to normalize it and not make it so fucking weird.
Right.
For people.
So people need that in a container. People need coaching, because where are they going to get it from?
Well, this is the thing. And we're like, so when we go into the sex quarter, which we're actually in right now, we're heading into money in October. So depending on when this comes out, if we get it out before October, we're actually doing an unhinged money challenge.
Okay.
Because we're heading into the money quarter. But right now, like sex is linked to money, is linked to power, is linked to all of it, like love, right? So it's not like individual things, like all of it's linked. And the more liberated we feel and the more free we feel in all of these subjects, where we're like, I could talk about sex, like, it's not gonna be a big deal. I don't need to tell everyone the intimate details, but like, I'm okay with the subject. There's no charge in my body. There's no humiliation. And I think people's sex lives are a work in progress. Like, I thought it was interesting that I watched that documentary on, oh my God, what's it called? They're banging, like they go on, Ashley Madison.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Okay. So it was fascinating. So I'm like looking, I'm like, there's like millions and millions. And of course there's like all these celebrities and CEO, all sorts of like very high profile people. And I'm like, that just tells me that there's millions and millions and millions of people hiding on here. And they're not into their marriage and all sorts of stuff. It's because they all have fantasies, they all have shame, they all have stuff that they don't want to talk about to their partners or to people in real life. So they go online. Like, that's a problem. If you can't be like, go to your partner and be like, yo, I want to try this. You know this? Like, you fucking down? So I think we just need to normalize that, like, it's a part of life. It's how we have kids. It's not a shameful thing. And I'm still doing rewiring around it. But
and how does it tie in with success and money?
Because I think a woman, like, I think anybody who's like sexually liberated, there's just like an inner peace. Like, there's no rejection of themselves. So I think the more we're fragmented, the more we reject ourselves, the more we're like not at peace with ourselves, I think it hinders our success, because there's areas we're hiding. And if we're hiding, we could be figured out. Like, we all, like, it's like that dirty little secret. It's like, oh, somebody knew that about me. And I think that shame holds us back from fully expressing. So I think it is tied to success massively, because like, success to me is feeling so free and so myself, and so like you can really be, they say like, be in the present moment. I could feel like I can be in the present moment now because I'm so good with myself. Whereas before I couldn't be. I was like obsessing about the future, the past. Like, I couldn't, because again, trauma was like pulling me to the past, and anxiety about like stuff in the future was pulling me forward. And so like, when you feel really good about yourself and you feel at peace with yourself, you can be in the present moment. When you're in the present moment and you're regulated, all of a sudden you view the world in a totally different way. Your thoughts change. Like, this goes back to the nervous system, but your thoughts are a reflection of your nervous system state. So if I'm dysregulated, I'm thinking like, kid's out to get me, he's not going to do anything good for me. Like, we're thinking like separation thoughts. Mm-hmm. And so when we're regulated, we're in the state where we're like open, and then all of a sudden intuition unlocks, and we're like creativity. And we're like, oh my God, I had the craziest idea, or I just had the craziest run-in, or I just had this synchronicity, or I just had this moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm on the next, or I met my next business partner, or whatever it is. We're so much more open to receiving that next guidance from the universe to take the next step. So I think when we're in that, like, and that to me is, again, massively aligned success, because a lot of people are taking action, but they're taking action for what they feel like they should do or what they think people are going to like. It's not authentically them. So I think when you're in the present moment, it leads to massive success because you're available for people to,
right.
you know what I mean? You're available.
Yeah. So you're removing any sort of ounce of shame.
Yeah.
That could be there.
Yeah.
That's
like,
draining your energy in some way.
Yeah. And like, let's be real. Every so often, I might get a ping, or I might whatever. And something from the past kind of snatches me for a second. So it's not about that not having anymore, but the recovery time is so short now. So if something happens and I'm an asshat to somebody, or like even my kids, like if I snap at them, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to fuck up, but I can go to them afterwards and repair really quick. So let's say I'm like, meh, and then I'll go back and I'll be like, grab my daughter's hand and I'll be like, hey, Eva, you know what? I didn't like the way I just treated you right there. And I'm going to work on that. And I love you. And that wasn't to do with you. And mom just got a lot on her plate or whatever. Like the repair or the realization of like, no, I need to do better is a lot quicker. And then I repair and then I can move forward. Because when we take off this layer of having to be perfect, which is an illusion anyways, it's trauma response. It's like, I will be perfect and then I shall feel safe. Maybe. Nobody's perfect. We're all fucking human. We all fuck up. We're all just wandering through being like, oh, like I said before, like, what am I doing? Am I good enough? Am I this enough? And so I think when we also become really good with ourselves, we don't need outside things as much anymore, and we don't need them. They come to us. Like, that's the funny thing. When we chase things, they like run away. It's like energetics, right? It's like masculine, feminine energy. When we're like in that like masculine, like chase, 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 like woman's chasing a man, the man's like, oh, ah, like, or whatever whoever you date, there's this like, but when you like lean back and you're like, I'm fucking good. Like, I don't need, like, now that I don't need the money or I don't need the whatever, it comes. 'Cause it's like, oh, you sexy, like you good, like your vibe. I want to bring my friends and like we'll party. Like you like to know, how to spend money. You party. Like,
please tell me this is how you act. I mean, you have a boyfriend now, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the move you did? Hey you.
Hey you.
You good?
You know what? I met him. It's so funny. I met him after I signed up for dance. So my whole life, I was always like, my parents didn't put me in dance, and I used that as an excuse to not do it. Like I was like, if only when I was younger, I was put in dance. And then I turned 40 and I was like, a woman in my mastermind was like, I do this dance. It's really cool. Like, it's really empowering, all different bodies, types, whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to go fucking do it. Like, I'm gone rogue. I'm just going to sign up for the things that I'm totally terrified of. So I was like, this is like a fun thing I did. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to sign up for it. No, didn't know what the fuck it was. And it was like expensive enough. I couldn't back out. So it was like, and so I went to her show at Celebrities and I was like, I'm watching. And I'm like, I'm sorry, is this the dance? Women were all like thongs, lingerie. Like, it was full blown.
Oh, it's like, sexy dance.
Oh, it's like sexy dance. It's like stripper meets burlesque. And I was like, this is what I signed up for? Paid in full already for? And I was like, oh my God, because I'm so cringe. I'm 40. I'm starting dance the first time. So I went in and I was like, oh, I feel like shit.
I've seen clips of this on Instagram. They're in heels and like,
Yes. And so I was like, wow. Oh my God. So it was like cringy at first, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? Like, I refuse to get to like 95, 98, 100 on my deathbed and be like, I'm so glad that I half-assed my life or that I lived it for somebody else or I made excuses. Like, I want to be so unhinged when I'm like 90, whatever. I want to be like in Vegas, like fucking making it rain or on a yacht with like strippers and like champagne. You know what I mean? Right. Like spicy mark, not champagne. I don't like champagne. Spicy marks, like whatever. Like I
love that there's nothing against the strippers. It was the champagne. Wait, when I said champagne, that was a little too far. But the strippers on the yacht was fine.
Like, that's fine, right? But like I want fun, and I think we're so serious. And I think as a collective, we become so boring and so serious. And this is even why Kelsey and I are like, let's make personal development great again. And let's like play with this. And then when Donald Trump got, and we were like, oh shit. And then we kind of backed down a little bit because we're like, oh, well, people are going to, whatever.
Think it's,
Yeah. And I'm not even political. Like I really like, whatever. I'm a lot more neutral. Like I'm interested in both parties and what they have to say and can hold nuance. And we even said like, let's make nuance great again. We have a podcast episode called like, let's make nuance great again, because like, what the fuck is happening with people?
Yeah.
And we just find there's a lot of copy and paste in the industry, especially with now AI taking, there's a lot of that. And you can feel it right away energetically, whether somebody's using it or not. And so we're like, let's just double down on this and let's like create a flag with like a panther head that's like our like thing. So we're like, let's do like a flag with a panther and like totally just play this whole thing up. And some people are going to get bent out of shape and they're going to hate us, but that's okay. That's not our problem. We're reflecting maybe authenticity or freedom or something that they don't like, and so they're going to project on us. And it's not the first time we've been projected on, or people have been like, I don't like you anymore. And we're like, cool. And guess what? They come back around.
Right.
You know how many people have been like, unsubscribe, I don't like you, I can't handle you, you're so annoying. And then they come back and they're like, are you taking on private clients still? I'm like, yeah, you're back.
Something activated in them, something they need to work through.
100%.
Right?
And that's the thing is, I remember my human design coach one time was like, yeah, the louder and more like powerfully you speak, you're going to like, you're going to literally like people, she's like, you have a repelling aura. And I was like, oh, awesome. That's perfect. Thank you. Awesome to hear.
That's a nice.
And she's like, so people either like love you or hate you. But she's like, the people who love you are going to be obsessed, and the people who hate you are going to be like, it's just like you clear them right out of your field.
Right.
And I was like, this is really unfortunate for a recovering people pleaser. So like,
Yeah. A repelling aura.
Yes.
Oh,
that's a manifestor thing.
Wow.
But you know what? It's actually meant to protect us, because it's like we're not meant to have very many people in our field, because we're meant to like channel very clear stuff and to like usher in a lot of like newness. So like even the word unhinged, I'm seeing it a lot now. But 2 years ago when Kelsey called me, we were just having a friendship call. This is before we even started it. It was around my 40th birthday. And she's like, how are you doing? And I was at the top of Quarry Rock, which is a big hike in North Van. And I was like, dude, I'm so fucking unhinged in the best way. And she was like, she was like, she was slayed. Like, she's like, I'm dying. Like, she was laughing so hard. She's like, unhinged. And I was like, yeah, like, I feel so free. And so we're like, and we were actually at Mark's son's first birthday party. And it was all these big spiritual people. And we were like, we need to like rattle this up again. We need to like rattle the cages of people. Cause like people are just so complacent right now. And so just like, wah, wah.
Right.
And so somebody came up, before I had a boyfriend, somebody came up, Kelsey came up to me and she was like, how's it going? And I was like, I just kind of want to get DP'd right now. And
DP'd.
Double penetrated. Listen.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so but listen.
Most of us knew what you were doing.
It was a joke. Like I was like, I just need to break the ice right now. Like I just kind of want to get DB'd right now. And she's like, I make it a thing to make her laugh and like just to fuck with her.
Yeah.
So she walks off. She's already like in stitches over there. And I'm like, this is what we need though. Like we need just more fun and more play and to be off the rails and just to bring back, not to make the personal development industry so boring and so. Just like I learn the best through stories, humor, making it fun. Otherwise, it just doesn't stick for me. Like I remember analogies, or if I'm
wiping tears from my eyes from laughing.
You're weeping. Are you weeping?
It's like just the 20 second later after the laugh, I just feel the wetness in the corner of my eye.
It's just dribbling.
Right,
down.
just dribbling down.
Right.
Right, I got a little napkin here. I'm good. Okay. Continue. Here we go again. Okay, right.
Anyways, that was my tangent, but
yeah.
I'm bored of the industry and I really feel like we need to make waves again. And I think the best way, like if you're a creator, if you have something that you're doing right now and you're not obsessed with it and you're not just like, oh my God, this is my thing, like reinvent it, ditch it, hire me, whatever. But like do something because you have a very unique mission and you have a very, like your story is your it factor. Your cringe is your it factor. Like how I am right now, I would have been like, oh my God, do not talk about any of that stuff. A past me version of me would have been like, oh my God. But like your cringe is your it factor. You know what I mean? Like your weirdness, your thing that you're like crazy. Like it's just, that's what makes you really magnetic. And so the more you can own it versus running away from it, right? The way I talked, I would be like, oh, I need to act more professional. I'm dealing with big CEOs and big time like personal development leaders and all this stuff. And I was like, the more I was off the rails, the more they were like, oh my God, you need to my friend needs to hire you. This person needs to hire. And I was like, oh my God, well, it's crazy. I have like a booked out coaching, this is like nuts. But I just think it's like a breath of fresh air. People need something to snap them out of their slumber and like wake them up a little bit.
Your cringe is your it factor.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like just walk right towards it and be like, what am I most afraid of like showing the world? Or what was I told? How was I as a kid? What was my like authentic signature as a kid? Was I playful? Was I jokey? Was I, like what was I like before people beat the fucking fun out of me? Or my personality out of me? Yeah.
And that can happen after a couple of traumatic
or just
thing or bad relationship or whatever.
Exactly. It kind of takes us out. And if we don't dissolve the residue from that and actually just acknowledge it, then I think we dampen ourselves. I think we water ourselves down. It's just sort of
lose our sparkle.
Lose our sparkle.
Yes.
And I did too. And again, I only speak about things I've experienced personally. So like I can joke and talk about the shit because like I was a person. Like I was the spaz. I was the spaz. I was the whatever. But I think people they lose that magic. They lose the magic. And then life feels very dull. And then they're like, I don't know how to get the magic back. So like just come home, get to know go talk to your body. Put your hand, like where hurts in your body right now? Go put your hand on your, my neck, my shoulder. Put your hand there, close your eyes and take a breath and be like, if you could speak right now, shoulder, what would you say? Like, I'm curious and like chill, like, okay, like maybe like I'm holding a lot or I'm tense and you're like, it's like, I'm mad at you and you're like, okay, shit, sorry. Right. What do you need? I need you to slow down a little bit. Okay, cool. Like you might, like I've gone through rocks where people are like, oh, she needs to go look crazy. She needs fucking to the loony bin. But I'm like,
she's talking to her shoulder. Look at that woman over there.
But like, you want me to laugh when I'm sitting on the yacht with my millions, bitch? Okay, right. So like,
with
whatever.
My strippers and my spicy
when
margaritas.
I'm 95 and I got a great white shark for a pet. Like you're gonna be the one.
Oh, great white shark for a pet. Oh God,
I'm obsessed with great white sharks.
Dabbing my laughing tears again with my great white shark as a pet. And it helps to be with other people who have the same mindset. Obviously, hence the community. Right?
100%.
Right.
People are starved for community, or in their communities where, again, everyone's very buttoned up. Everyone's very like, this is how you should be, or proper, or whatever it is. And I fell into that trap too. And that's why we created Club Unhinged's movement, because we're like, we just want other people who are craving this, right? Or in my coaching, like when I lead people through my certification, like I say flat out, I'm like, this is a method. It's my method. It's not, if you're looking for like very heavy science and very like notebooky, like I'm not your girl. This is experiential. Everything's experiential, because when it's experiential, it sinks in your nervous system. It sinks in your body. We're not talking about it, mentally masturbating about it. We're not like, okay, well, we'll just think about those things and then maybe we'll do that one thing. It's just like, let's just fucking go. What are we waiting for? We don't get our time back. It's our most precious resource. Money can come. All the other things can come. Time, tick tock. We don't know how much time is in the hourglass of your life. What the fuck are you waiting for?
Right. And we don't. I've read so many books, and yeah, they're like heavy into like the data.
Yeah.
And like, okay, I grasp it, but no experiential. Yeah. So it took a long time for me to start working on myself.
Yeah. In
an effective way.
Yes.
Like I know. I read it, and I read all the books. But yeah, no, I get you. Oh, this has been fun.
Experiences.
What's any final words? I mean, you've pretty much said it all.
I have said it all.
We get it, but is there one last thing in your heart that's like just...
Yeah, I have a question for you.
Oh, great. I should have wrapped up the interview 20 seconds ago.
The tables have turned.
The tables have turned.
What is your big vision?
My big vision?
Yeah. What do you want? What is this podcast? Like, what do you want for this? What do you want for your life?
Well, my immediate
answer into
first vision is like just to give my boys... It's my relationship with my two sons. Yes. Is like the first thing that comes to mind. I want our relationship to feel like an inside joke mixed with a warm hug.
Yes.
Like nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yes.
Got you, love you.
Yes.
Transparency. It's just, because I think it's, I didn't have a dad growing up, so that's a big thing on my mind, is to be a good dad.
Yes.
And these boys are 8 and 11 and they're getting old so fast, and just to, that. And also I love putting people on. Like, since my days on the radio, nothing was more fun to me than having someone as a guest.
Yes.
Who's written a book and like sharing it with tons of people, and then getting a bunch of DMs or emails going, oh, I read that. Thanks for having that person on. Like, I love connecting people in that way. I love finding cool people and sharing with a lot of people.
Yes.
So yeah, I would love to scale this podcast to like Diary of a CEO or one of these, you know what I mean? Like that sort of massive, I want to impact a lot of people.
Yep.
And just make a lot of money doing that as my main thing.
Yes.
Because it's what I love
Yes.
the most. Because these conversations nothing's better.
Yes.
Like
totally.
for me, it's like
a calibration.
I'm like you. That small chat, like, hey, they traded this guy to that team. Kill me. Like the worst. I'll tell you what the worst thing. What I don't want in my life now. Like you flip off, going to little kids' birthday parties, where you bring your kids,
Yes.
and they're at the age now where you can drop them off.
Yes.
But when they're like really young,
Yes.
and then you got to stand with the other dads in the corner,
Yes.
while the kids eat the cake,
Yeah.
and all they want to do is talk about like who traded who, and I'm like, somebody kill me.
Just like.
I'd get a reaction every time they bring,
Yes.
I got invited to Stacy's birthday party this
Yes.
weekend. And I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, last time I went to a kid's birthday party, I came back and they were like, the parents, like I was like, I'm rolling out. And everyone's were like, oh. So like they stayed, I left. And I came back and they're like, oh, did you have go for a little coffee? I was like, no, I went and got my ears pierced. And they're like, what? I'm like, I went and got a piercing. They're like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't give a fuck. I'm like, I just felt like going and I get a piercing. That's what I felt like doing. So I'm back. And like, but you can see the cool thing about this is that when you just are yourself and you do that, it's like a walking permission slip. So I think other people are like, oh, well, they can do that and I can do that too.
Yeah.
Right? It's sort of like, oh, it's safe. Somebody's going first. I have one. Well, I feel like I want to ask you more about the question, but like, if you could go to the moon with this, what is your life? Are you living in Vancouver? Are you like, you're interviewing people all over the world? You're having amazing people on, like.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part I've got to figure out because I love in-person interviews.
Yes.
There's something
magical.
So the energy is tangible.
Yes.
But I would also like to be able to, like, be in Mexico.
Yeah.
So maybe that would mean they have to be online, or maybe half the year somewhere like that.
Or you get like a station here and in Mexico.
Yeah, I can't imagine being an old man living in Vancouver.
No.
I just can't imagine. It's not an old person's place to live.
Right. So you want to live like half the year here and like half the year in Mexico or some shit?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I do love Vancouver.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so.
You could do both.
Yeah.
You have like a studio over there, studio over here, studio over there. Treat yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself. I got studio.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at.
My brain's already like wants to go into the vortex with you. It's like, and like I'm already reading all your energy.
Well, hey, all right, there we go. That's a good time to wrap it up, baby.
Let me tell you what's holding you back, kid. No,
I think maybe I might be on your podcast at some point. That might be fun.
Absolutely,
be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, okay. You're gonna be like, oh fuck.
You can read me.
You're like, I have like 10 minutes on the podcast. You're like, could somebody call me? Anybody call me?
Right.
Anybody? I have a call. Some calls coming through. Weird. Eject. See ya. I'm joking.
This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad we did this.
Thank you, audience. If you're listening still and you're like, equally parts like, the fuck just happened, and
they still have the image of the yacht and U90 and the pet white shark and the empty champagne bottles and
champagne showers.
Oh, buddy, this has been great. Thank you for this. Hey guys, it's Kid. Please subscribe to the podcast. It helps push the show out to more people.